everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to make this little zipper pouch, and also it has a wristlet that you can attach to it, and this one even has a little keychain on it. You can make these any size you want, but mine are about 8 inches wide by maybe 4.5, 5 inches this way. I'm using decorator fabric on this, and this is Joann's inexpensive line of Home Essentials decorator fabric. It's a little thicker, but I've also made these out of quilting fabric. You can use canvas, denim, really whatever you want to use. This is my fabric for the outside of the pouch. So you want to put the front side, right side, pretty side down. Then put your interfacing on the back, and you're going to center it because your interfacing is cut slightly smaller. So you should have a little bit of fabric extending out past the edges of your interfacing. Once you have it fused on, remember, follow package instructions. For fusing, it's very simple. Now turn it to where the pretty side is up. Take your lining fabric, and this is my front right side pretty side, and put it facing down. So now you're looking at the back side of that fabric. Line up all of your edges and smooth out your fabric. Pin the two fabrics together. Place the pins around all 4 edges. But on one side, leave an opening that you can use to turn it front side out. So on one side of the opening, I have 2 pins. That's to remind me that I need to stop there. So you're going to start here to begin sewing. So back stitch a little bit, stitch down to the corner, and always leave your needle down through the fabric when you're going to turn it. So stop at 1/4 of an inch away from this edge, needle down, turn your fabric, and continue stitching. So always do that at all 4 corners. You're going to come around here, and then come back here where you're going to stop, and then you're going to back stitch. When you are stitching, you want to make sure you don't go beyond 1/4 of an inch seam. I like to make mine slightly under 1/4 of an inch, and then you're going to cut the corners down smaller to where they're about 1/8 of an inch wide. So I like to cut across this way first, and then cut a little bit off of each side, and do that on all 4 corners. Now reach in to your opening and begin turning it front side out. Fold your edges in 1/4 of an inch and place a few pins to hold it together. Then go to your ironing board and press everything nice and flat. I'm now going to show you how to put the zipper on. For this particular pouch, you want to make sure that your zipper is actually longer than the width of your fabric. And you want both ends sticking out the edges of your fabric. And you're going to take the front side of your fabric and go across the teeth to this side and line it up. And you can place pins to hold if you want. It's really up to you. And then you want to use your narrow zipper foot, and you're going to stitch maybe about 1/8 of an inch away from the teeth all the way across here. Now turn it over and then push the zipper and the seam out like this. So your seam is going towards your fabric here. And you can finger press it down. You could use your iron, but you want to be careful you don't iron over your zipper teeth because they're plastic. And then stitch real close all the way across. Have your fabric face up, front side up here. And now you're going to take this edge here and bring it over onto this side of the zipper. And make sure that it is lining up with also the edges on each side. So you don't want to have it crooked like that. Make sure it's all straight. And then just repeat the step of stitching along here about 1/8 of an inch away from the zipper teeth. Now pull on your zipper teeth a little bit, open it up a little bit, and then turn it front side out. Now unzip the zipper all the way, and then take the zipper and fold it like this. And then you're going to stitch on each side of the zipper. This next step is very important, so you don't want to leave this step out. Close your zipper about halfway, and then turn it to where the back side is out. Place the zipper teeth right along here. You want them on the fold itself. So you folded your bag back in half, and you're going to trim the ends of the zipper off. This is why it's so important to have that zipper pull in the middle here so you don't accidentally cut that part off. And by the way, I've done that before. Very frustrating. And then take a ruler. Well, I like to use a ruler, and I'm going to use a rotary cutter, and I have an old blade on here, so it's not going to bother me if it ruins a blade. And I have found that using the rotary cutter on these zipper teeth doesn't seem to bother it. So it's up to you. You can use old scissors and cut it off. Then go over to the other side and do the same thing. I'm now going to show you how to make the little loop that you hang the wristlet on. So take your fabric, and this is, I think, 3.5 inches long by about 1 1/4 inch. And you just want to fold those edges in a little bit and press. And then after you've done that, fold it in half and press again. And then when this one is all done, I've stitched close to the edge all the way across. Take your piece for the loop and fold it in half like this. And here is the folded edge. You want to insert it in. And you could really place this anywhere along the edge that you want. I'm going down about 1 inch from the top of where the teeth is, right there. And I'm pushing the ends so that they're even with the side of the little pouch. And then on each side of the pouch, you're going to stitch right over the zipper here, back stitch a few times. And I would even back stitch over your little loop because this is a stress area. And you're going to stitch a 1/4 of an inch seam here, and then go over to this end and stitch a 1/4 of an inch seam. Now open up where your zipper is, and then turn your pouch front side out. And then you can just close it up, and there you have your pouch. Let's move on to the wristlet. For the wristlet, take your 2 strips of fabric, and then I'm using a combination key ring and lobster clasp. You can find them this way at Walmart. That's where I got mine. Or you can buy the key ring separately and the lobster clasp separately too. So take your 2 strips of fabric, and you're going to fold it in half and press the full length. Then open it up and bring your sides into the center, not right on top of that fold line, but fairly close to it, and then press all the way down. Then take the other side and press it all the way down. Then fold it in half and press. So you're going to have 2 of these. Now here are my 2 open edges right here. Take one and turn it to the opposite, and then place them on top of each other like this. Then you're going to stitch close to the edge all the way down on this side and this side. Insert the wristlet band into your key ring and just push the key ring towards the middle. Then fold your wristlet band in half, bring the ends together, and then stitch about a 1/2 inch seam right along here. Open this seam up turn this front side out and then move the key ring right in the middle of that seam. So you have that seam open, key ring is in the middle. Then fold the band in half, the strap I should say, so that it looks like this. And then you're going to stitch across here. Now, in order to get real close to all of this, what I did was I used my zipper foot so that I could get closer in here. And this is what it should look like when it's all done. So here it is, it's all done. Now this project really doesn't take very long to make it all. And remember, just either buy fat quarters or use smaller scraps of leftover fabric that you have. Here's the other one that I made. Now this one is just a little bit shorter in length, about an inch shorter. So you can make these any size that you want, but I recommend that you keep the width in here anywhere from 4 to 5 inches. So in some cases, if you're going to change the size of it, you may be cutting out a rectangle instead of a square. On the wristlet, on this one, I made the wristlet out of the lining fabric that's in here. And this is quilting fabric. It was a little bit easier making the wristlet on this. This is the decorator fabric that matches this. It wasn't that this was hard, it's just that it is thicker. So you want to change your stitch length to maybe 3.5 or even 4.0 because it is so thick in here. Well, I hope this tutorial was helpful to you. I hope I've inspired you to try to make this bag and also these little wristlets. I have friends who really like the bags with the wristlet on it. They prefer that over a tote bag. So, you know, make a list for next year's Christmas presents or Mother's Day or even someone's birthday coming up and make some of these way ahead of time. So when those little occasions pop up, you are ready. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.